and welcome back to Alternative Smallholding.
Hello! Today we are going to be starting the job of doing the bean arches that go over this path, so they'll be on either side of me here. It's going to be quite a big job, so I think this might be in two parts, but we need to get started. I need to dig some trenches, get some stuff in and get this thing constructed. So part one of two coming up. Right, so these bean arches that we're putting in today, this is an old structure that we had at our big plot. But we're moving it down here because obviously we're going to be giving that space up. And this is for growing things like borlotti beans, runner beans, pole beans, and our red noodle beans hopefully as well. So this will go down the centre of this path. So my first job today is marking out along the path where these poles are going to go for the beans to climb up. I need to figure out how wide it's going to be and get the trenches dug down. But what I want to be sure of is that at the end here we may actually have a gate, so I don't want the bean arches or the bean tunnel to be too close to that end and then we won't be able to open the gate. So we need to start it a little bit further in, come along here, and then the furthest it can really go is about here, because then we need to be able to manoeuvre around these corners with the wheelbarrow should we need to. So I'm going to measure out where we're going to put the trenches. I'm going to show you step by step how I'm making this bean arch. First task is to see how wide these sit. So they go a good foot into each side of the bed as it. So there you can see the twine on either side. That is how wide the bean arches will be. Now when you're planting beans, you need to make sure that they've got the best start that they can. They're very hungry plants and they really need good moisture retention. Because these bean arches are actually going to be in place for a couple of years, then we are going to make sure that they're very secure and that underneath where the beans are going to go, they're going to have a lot of organic matter so that that will feed them and hold in the moisture should we get a drought again this year. So what we need to do is, between the path and the edge here where the pole is going to go down, we're actually going to dig a trench all the way down here. We'll fill that with moisture retentive materials and some good muck, and that'll be a great feed for the beans over this summer. So I better go find my spade and get busy. trying to do with these is these are thick bamboo canes that we picked up from a little nursery nearby. And we got them for like 40p each. But they're quite hollow inside, apart from on the joints. They've got a small skin that stops everything going straight the way down. So with a metal spike, I'm trying to break that through, and then inside that, I'm putting a regular bamboo cane. So I'm hoping that that will give it a little bit more rigidity, so it withstands the winds a bit better. Now this beam frame did last just fine at the upper pot, it didn't fall down. But I just want to be sure that it's fine. So by digging in these bricks further down into the ground, put these bamboo canes through the hole, push them even further into the ground, then the thin bamboo canes will go on the top of here, and then there'll be the strut braces that go across and then over the top of the arch. So that should mean that we've got a really good stable structure. I think that if I can do 3 struts down each side that are nicely supported, then that should do us pretty well. When you're doing a bean trench, you need to put lots of organic matter into the bottom of it, as I said, to feed the plants. One of the great things to put into a bean trench is straw, because it will hold moisture and also it's a great source of carbon. So we are going to put straw in the bottom of the trench, and then we're going to put manure over the top and then fill it back with some of the soil that we took out. What are you going to do for me now? You're well done. Go on then.
Hello.
Right, Rue has put the straw in the bed, and I have put a really nice thick layer of well-rotted manure, the stuff right from the bottom of the piles. It's black and luscious. What I need to do is, these bamboo canes are shorter than the tall ones, so I need to cut the tall ones down, backfill some of this mud, and then the rest of this mud. And some straw attacked Rue, she's cut her finger. There go the ponies going past that give us our poo, Roo.
They're trotting.
They are trotting. I'm going to put some of this dirt back on top, and then the rest of it I'm going to put in a wheelbarrow, and I'm going to use the rest to help level out some beds or store it until that sinks down a little bit. So I don't really want to compact it. No energy at all. But jobs don't do themselves. I know you've got lots of energy, she's always got lots of energy, but I've got none at all today. Everything is taking so much longer than it should. So I'm going to carry on, do some more work, and I'll show you where we get to. He's struggling. What we've quickly done is we have just put a strut down the side, we've buried everything in, and that just gives us an idea of how it's going to look. I think I need to add another pole on this end, but for now this will do. Ooh. So it'll be about this high, so I can just touch the top. I think that'll do okay. So the basic structure is 3 of the thick bamboo canes with thinner ones in between, and then we can run, we use some rope and we run them in between each one as well, so we can have more beans. We'll have strut braces across the middle and then strut braces across the top as well. And that should give us a pretty secure bean arch when it's all lined up. All looks very wonky until you get the other side as well and it's all actually braced together. Pleased with that for today, considering I've got no energy. It's another job off the list. Sometimes it's hard when you really can't muster up the energy to do something, to make yourself just get out. But I always say the work doesn't do itself, and if you can just get one job off the list, it's not a full job, it's half. This, but it's something. So thank you for watching. This has been Jazz and Rue at Alternative Smallholding, and we have been starting building our bean arches. This has been part 1, part 2 will follow very soon. We hope you've enjoyed it, and let us know if you are growing beans over an arch this year. So take care, and we will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.